Okay, you're a first-time home buyer looking here in South Florida, or you're from out of state, you're relocating down here, and you're seeing that prices they're a little bit higher than what you were expecting. I mean, the market's continuing to increase right now. If you're a home seller, it's a great time to sell. If you haven't spoken to me yet, you need to give me a call, okay? But for a home buyer, if the prices are a little higher than what you were expecting, you might want to consider a foreclosure if you haven't. Now, there's some pros and cons to buying a foreclosure. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to be turned off from by any means. So I want to go over a couple of pros and a couple of cons to getting a foreclosure. Okay, the pros to buying a foreclosure. Number one is the price. Almost every single time you come across a foreclosure, the price is going to be considerably lower than the other competing homes in that same neighborhood. Then number two, you're really not going to have to worry about title concerns for the most part. You can never be 100% sure, but most of the time, a bank is not going to want to have any title issues. They're not going to have anything that's going to come up at closing. Once they take possession of the home, if there's anything wrong, they're going to take care of those things. They're going to get any permitting issues taken care of. So you can be pretty confident that you're not going to have to worry about anything coming up in your deal as far as problems with your title. And then the third pro to getting a foreclosure is going to be the different availability for financing options. Most of the time, all types of financing is going to be available other than just conventional and cash. They'll accept FHA offers and VA loan offers, whereas some other homes in the neighborhood, they may not accept VA, they might not accept FHA. But unless the home is just needs a ton of repairs, where a VA loan or an FHA loan is going to come up with a lot of red flags, but they will disclose that up front. But for the most part, you're going to be pretty good even if you have an FHA or a VA loan. So the cons to getting a foreclosure. Number one is there's really no emotion involved on the bank's end of things. They're looking at a spreadsheet. They have a number in mind that they need to hit. So like I said before in the pros, they already have the home priced lower than the rest of the market most likely. So getting them to come down below that on top could be tricky. So keep that in mind. Number two is that there's not going to be a seller's disclosure. The bank took over, they've never been in the home before, they don't know what's going on with the home, so they have nothing to give. So you've got to really make sure that you do your due diligence with that as you're looking around at the home, as you have your inspector come to look. Be aware of that. There may be things that could come up that you weren't seeing. And then the third con is that the home is going to be sold as is, regardless of what's going on. So when working with a traditional homeowner, there may be some things that come up and the owner's willing to fix them before the closing happens. With the bank, as is means as is. It doesn't matter what's going on. If there's something that needs to be repaired, that's going to be on you. They're not going to be budging on that. So keep that in mind. Okay, there you have it, friends. I hope that those pros and cons to getting a foreclosure are helpful and informative to you. Like I had said before, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to turn you off. If you're looking in a certain area and a foreclosure happens to pop up, by all means, I would recommend you taking a look at it. So I hope that helps. Like I said, again, this is Nick with First Partners Realty. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'd be happy to talk to you. Enjoy the rest of your day.